They're gonna allow shirtless golfing in college. At least that's what I thought after J.R. Smith said he's gonna play college golf.
Well, Ray Allen kind of convinced me. We had a little golf trip in DR, and he was talking about some of the things he was doing about going back to school and challenging yourself and stuff for us athletes. And I really took heed to it and decided to go back.
Normally, JR would be on a list of guys who want to make an NBA comeback, but instead, he wants to play golf with a bunch of 19-year-old kids, and I respect that. So, he is off the list, and also, Kyle Korver is too. We all know the man can still shoot, but he's off the market with the Brooklyn Nets coaching staff now. There are still, though, 10 guys who can make an amazing return to the league, and the crazy thing is, one of the top guys is almost 100% to return.
I'm going to give you a little advice. There's a force in the universe that makes things happen. And all you have to do is get in touch with it. Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball.
Yo, it's Casey, this is AM Hoops. Hit subscribe for 5 videos per week, even in the off season. I'm telling you, there is so much to talk about. And the new year is only like 60 days away, which is insane. But let's start this list of guys who might be there in about 60 days. Number 10, Nikola Mirotic. Okay, this is probably not gonna happen. I just wanna see it. It was so random when Mirotic ditched the NBA for Europe 2 years ago, when most players are trying to do the opposite. He has always been a double-digit scorer. He hit a league average 36% from deep, and shooting is always at a premium on contenders. Instead of sticking in the league, he voluntarily left for Europe to make more money. Now, I think he could easily be an NBA player again at just 30 years old, but maybe he tasted that dream already, and he just wants more money and a bigger role in Europe. Or maybe the fact that Bobby Portis punched him in the face one time in practice and sent him to the hospital has something to do with it. Number 9, Kenneth Faried. I know he is trying to make a comeback playing in Summer League, but it's not gonna happen. I mean, Faried's career crashed when the league changed. There just isn't room anymore for a power forward who's undersized, without a jump shot, who didn't develop a low post game, and can't defend. How did he even have a career again? Well, not much has changed, and in the Summer League, he is not really impressed. I would be shocked if he plays anywhere outside of China. Number 8, Isaiah Thomas. Look, I want IT to be higher on this list, but I just don't believe in him. Of course, I root for him after that video leaked of him crying after scoring 81 points in an off-season league, but he's had chances. After the Celtics traded him, and LeBron hated him in Cleveland, he was on the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Wizards, and the Pelicans. I mean, we know he can score. We've known that. But he can't defend or hit consistent threes. Number 7, Lance Stephenson. Do you remember the blow? Do you remember the double blow? Hey, I know this is the internet, but get your mind out of the gutter. Well, Lance is officially attempting yet another NBA comeback. He's held workouts with the Sixers, the Nets, the Nuggets, and the Bucks. That's actually pretty impressive. And we've got no idea what those teams thought of him, but this dude wants another shot.
It motivates me. It makes me want to get back out there and be helpful and play basketball, man. I miss the game, you know.
My only problem, though, is that he didn't humble himself enough to even go the Summer League route. And other guys did that are higher on this list. Next, number 6, Jeremy Lin. And I do want Lin to be higher on this list, but even he admitted it's probably over. After he wasn't invited to the NBA bubble, Lin said, quote, "I realize the NBA door is just not opening." Which is sad because we all like Jeremy Lin, and he did ball out in the G League, but I don't necessarily feel bad for him. Because after he got a raw deal in New York, he did have chances to be the man on other NBA teams. I mean, the Rockets immediately signed him and made him their starting guard for all 82 games. Then he played on the Lakers, the Hornets, the Nets, the Hawks, the Raptors. I think a lot of people think that Jeremy Lin just needs a chance. He's gotten multiple chances and just not lived up to insanity. Number 5, Michael Beasley. The oldest dude in Summer League, but he can still score. Look at these highlights. Do you know how humbling it must be for a former number 2 pick to play next to like 19-year-olds who aren't even half as good as you? Bees has not played the last 2 seasons in the NBA, so I don't give him a great shot, but you have to respect this. He only scored 9 points in each of the first 2 Summer League games. His defense has never been great. And I can't believe he only made $40 million. That is super low to NBA standards. I think his chances to return are pretty low too. Number 4, Tyrique Evans. Look, we don't know if he even plans on reapplying to the league after being dismissed for drugs, but he is now eligible. OJ Mayo tried to do this a few years ago, but he never got that NBA call. Evans was a legit backup guard last time we saw him in 2019 with the Pacers. He scored double digits, and he was about 19 points a night on the Grizzlies the year before on 45% shooting. He's an on-ball guard, so I don't really want to see him on a contender taking shots away from really good players. But at 31 years old, I think he could add depth if the Players Union and the league both agree to let him back in. Number 3, Brandon Knight. The biggest thing about him is not his stats in Summer League. It is his knee feeling and looking great. This dude's on the Nets Summer League team and is coming back after years of knee issues. The reason he is this high on the list is that teams always take chances on high character guys that add depth. He is just 29 years old, and even with his basketball life on the line, he is mentoring younger players at Summer League. Who does that? I don't think the Nets will give him a shot because they already have like 20 players on their roster, but I think somebody will. Number 2, Emmanuel Mudiay, the best player on the court when Portland beat the Clippers in Summer League. He has played just 5 seasons in the NBA and was the number 7 pick in 2015. Dude showed he can still drive to the rim, use his strength to dominate younger players with an efficient 14 points on 6 of 9 shooting. And that is the important part. Don't be surprised if Mudiay gets signed by a team after training camp. He washed out of the league early because he couldn't hit a shot. He scored just 11 points a night on 40% shooting with not much else on offense. But it looks like a year off might have gotten him ready to return. But the number 1 player is LaMarcus Aldridge. This is the one that should definitely happen. LaMarcus suddenly retired last season after getting bought out by the Spurs with heart issues, but a report came out recently he is seriously considering a return. There is not a better player on this list for contenders to take a chance on. A 7-time All-Star who never lost his shooting touch. Woj says that Aldridge consulted medical professionals before making this return announcement. He's dealt with heart issues his entire life, so I don't see why he can't manage it and contribute to a title run. But those are just 10 of the guys. Literally, there are a ton of other players that I did not put on this list. And here's a look at 2 of them, guys who recently washed out, and what happened to Nick Young and Jordan Hill.